Hi there. I'm making this video to tell the story of my frozen shoulder and how it unthawed and healed maybe within 4 weeks, which is actually really amazing because when it happened and I looked on Google, I was horrified to discover people having frozen shoulders for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months or more. So I was really upset when it happened. So what happened was I'd been in bad posture at my laptop, sitting at a dining room table and an ordinary chair, and so typing in a hunched position. And I was developing a little bit of RSI in my arm anyway. And then there was a moment where I was under a lot of stress, trying to do a lot of work, get a lot of work done, get a lot of work booked in, create the cash flow that I needed for a very important personal health situation of my loved one. And the pressure that I was under while I was in this position, this combination of things, my shoulder froze. And I couldn't move my arm at all, and I had a lot of pain in trying to do so, and my arm movement was, I couldn't even move it away from being down by my side, and I started to have to carry it in a sling and support it and do everything one-handed. And facing the prospect of carrying on like that one-handed with my left hand when I'm right-handed person, and not being able to, I couldn't even tap very well because left-handed tapping was like not easy for me, and I couldn't do anything. Even getting dressed was difficult. Everything was difficult. So I started the journey of how to heal this, and I had a session with a physical therapist, friend of mine, Terry Lynch in USA, and she gave me some exercises to begin to do 3 times a day. So I started to do that. Videos that I researched on YouTube showed people explaining that when they solved the emotional roots, then it helped their shoulder unfreeze. So I knew at the time when it froze, there was an acute stress going on at that time. So I decided to tackle the emotions of this version of me when it actually happened. And so I used EFT for this. So I did a very big tapping session with a couple of my colleagues, and in one of my regular groups, and I was tapping on the emotions, because at the time I was feeling under the stress of have to get this work done, I'm doing it on my own, I'm alone, there's no one to help, all of these things. So one of the deep underlying emotions underneath that was feeling unsupported and having to do it alone. So I tapped for having support. As I was allowing the emotions and feelings with tapping, then came into the awareness, well, actually I am supported. I have a lot of support. In fact, support is coming in left, right and center from all these different places, and the universe is actually supporting me in my journey. So, which then became conscious, and I had this big flow of energy of divine love and emotional feeling through my whole being of being supported as I was tapping. And that made a big release and ease in my shoulder. It didn't cure it all. I was also having bioresonance therapy from Dr. Carolina here in Hurghada, and I've had 3 sessions so far, where with the kind of electrodes that you hold, and it does reads your energy and feeds something back. It's very, very, very good for energy balancing and relaxation. And she was putting this over the areas of inflammation, and each therapy, it was taking the inflammation down. So with the combination of my exercises, like pendulum exercises and isometric strengthening exercises that I could do without putting pressure on my arm, doing those daily, the EFT and tapping for the emotional issues underlying how it happened, and to bring about the change and the transformation in me to the awareness of having the things I didn't think I was having. And so completing what was missing inside me, that released a lot of stress, and the bioresonance massage and treatment. And so it's a month since my frozen shoulder, and I'm making this video now, and I'm just gonna like show, this is the arm that was frozen completely, and I can do the whole movement now. There's still a little bit of tension there, and just dropping it down, I'm just helping it a little bit out there. So it's say 95% healed. I'm over the moon and so grateful for all the support that I've had received along the way. So if anybody else finds themselves in this situation with the frozen shoulder, don't necessarily believe it's going to take 6 months, 12 months to heal. If you start to look after it and deal with the emotional issues that are there, that's in the stress that was which helped to create it, and even in the postural problems, was a lack of self-care, not dealing with it because of my attention was dealing with something somewhere else and not looking after myself. So correcting the balance of all of that helped to free and thaw it out with the exercises and the therapy and the EFT tapping. So I hope that inspires you. If this is relevant to you or someone you know, feel free to share. And if you need any help with the tapping, I have a free tapping group on Facebook, and you're welcome to come and learn how to do tapping there and get some support for the emotional underlying factors that you might be present with your own frozen shoulder. Good luck, and thanks for listening.